in studio. Dr. Jonathan Asantio is a political scientist and university lecturer with the University of Cape Coast. Dr. George Siloam Hamilton, JP, is a leading member of the Movement for Change. Dr. Samuel Aye is a presidential aide for communications. We'll have the conversation with them here. Thomas Adote Papa, good morning to you. Thomas Adote Papa's in-law. Emma, good morning. Thank you for your time. How you doing?
Johnny,
yes,
God has been merciful, and very good morning to your good self.
Akwatia has come and gone, and we are here to do the assessment. Yesterday, what was running through your mind while all the activities were happening, including the Black Maria and, the policemen on the ground, etc.? What was running through your mind?
In fact, some of us, let me greet our cherished listeners, your production team, and both the MPP and the NDC, because they made us have things to talk about in Akwatia as major stakeholders. In politics, there's always one outcome. And when that is done, everybody becomes the winner. So to me in Akwatia, there are no losers and winners. Ghana is the winner. But like I predicted correctly, Johnny, the success of this by-election hinged on two things.
Which are?
Our security and the stakeholders. Our security did their best, and I'll commend them largely because they brought some innovative things like the technology aspect where they zoomed the entire constituency, the use of drones. And then on the day of the election, you realize that every security personnel was accessorized with a body cam.
That's right.
And that made things very easier to track. The fallout with them had to do with the way they militarized the process.
Right.
I think over 5,000 police personnel in Akwatia was one too many.
Really?
And you see the outcome, voter apathy.
Was there voter apathy really?
Yes, people didn't really come out to vote if you look at the numbers as compared to the 2024 numbers.
What was the numbers in the 2024 elections?
If you look at the 2024...
It's just around like 30-something thousand.
Yes, but if you look at it, generally, Johnny, you realize that in this very election, the interest was high.
Well, but this is a by-election, by the way.
Yes, so that is why there should be a larger turnout, because the focus was on Akwatia. Everybody wants to get in there and do his or her patriotic rights.
But if you ask people to go and register to vote where they don't originally live or come from, a by-election will expose you, because you won't be busing people.
That wasn't an issue. It wasn't as if they are using a new voter register in Akwatia. Not at all. They used the previous voter register.
Right.
All these accusations we saw from both the MPP and the NDC, at the end of the day, none suffers at all. So our concern, if you look at some of the polling stations where there were large numbers of voter turnout in the previous elections, in this very one, you realize that you didn't have that, just like in Ablekumanov. And the question we often have to ask ourselves, Johnny, at what expense to the taxpayer?
That's right.
Look at what is happening across the country. The entire security architecture was in Akwatia.
That's right.
Even the night before.
No, not the entire security architecture.
No, the police who are mandated, because the police, they are the lead.
That's right.
In the election, the National Elections Task Force.
That's correct.
So if I'm using security, it is relative to the organ responsible for that elections. You understand? So just imagine that because of a by-election, the president and the vice president party were in contention as well.
Right.
Then they moved to Akwatia. So Ghana must come to a stop still because of a simple by-elections.
I'm looking at the figures from the 2024 elections.
Good.
I mean, if you look at, in fact, let's start from a safe point, maybe 2012.
Yes.
Right? You look at the voter turnout for the elections, total valid vote cast 39,328 for 2012, right? You come to 2016, a total of, bring the figure, 37,000. So from 39,000 to 37,907 in 2016. Then you come to 2020, the voter turnout for in Akwatia, they did skirt and blouse though, but it was 38,641.
Okay.
Then you come to 2024.
Yes.
It was 36,475.
Yes.
So in a by-election, if you have 33,000, you have not done badly.
You see,
I don't get the voter apathy.
in the May elections, you know the focus of the police is the entire country.
Right.
Security is not robust as in a by-election.
That's correct.
The focus is not also to one particular constituency. And you know Akwatia has always been a flashpoint when it comes to elections. So more often than not, even in the general elections, many people for fear of their security don't come. But this very one, given that we're using the technology, fused with intelligence,
right,
and take it or leave it, this, the IGP is one of the best intelligence and operations oriented officer Ghana has ever produced. If you look at the history of COP, you will know. He works in the quiet. He's in bed with the informants.
Right.
Any crime that is committed, he's able to crack it. So I expected him to go through that route and probably infuse plain uniform police a week or two to the elections.
Okay.
Get all the relevant data they will use in the final or the D-Day operations. You understand? Visibility is important, but the numbers were once
5,000 was too much.
5,500.
How many could we have used?
We could have used at least 1,005, maximum 2,000.
I see. Now, again, if you look at the overall outcome,
because we have 119 polling stations.
That's right, plus one special polling station.
Exactly. And if you look at the commitment from both parties, we need to really commend both the NDC and the MPP.
Right.
Apart from the few skirmishes that happened earlier in the day.
Azoka and Buga.
No, the first one was the allegation of Afenyo marking. Some said the General Secretary came to the NDC party office to deface some posters, and one person was arrested. And the second one came when Azuka and Abuga, you know. But with Azuka and Abuga Tinjoni, you understand our northern culture. It was a kind of play.
That's right.
Abuga was doing to his senior brother, Azuka.
Right.
Many people don't understand. We Northerners, we respect seniority.
That's correct.
We respect seniority a lot.
That's correct.
So if you look at what Abuga was doing, he was just playing with his elder brother.
Yes.
But I think Azoka came with a premeditated mind against the guy.
Right. That's right.
If you look at the way he reacted, you understand. And I think actions like that should never be encouraged.
No.
I think NDC must talk to Azoka, and then these things don't happen. And you see, Abuka was hit, if you look at the video.
Right. That's right.
And we really need to commend the police, given the instructions that were given to them. Azuka would have been arrested.
That's right.
But at the spur of the moment, the commander in charge used emotional intelligence and said, you know what, this is something we can manage.
That's right.
Crime does not expire. If the other party feels that Azuka has assaulted him, he can always take it up. You understand?
Right.
Just imagine if Azuka was arrested. There would have been reprisal attacks. That is not to say Azuka is above the law. But in situations, you have to exercise emotional intelligence so that the minute things don't affect the bigger picture of what we were all looking at.
That's correct.
And I realized that the police, their eyes were on the board, on the ball. Because if you look at Yewonu per se, he knew. Let me say he knows that if Akwatia hadn't gone well, you know, his mandate as the IGP would have been in doubt, especially given that 26th or is it 27th December, he will turn 60.
That's right.
And he's looking for renewal of his mandate.
But
and let me tell you,
the government has said that they are not giving contract extensions.
But they are giving some contract extensions to some senior officers. I'm telling you.
As we speak.
I'm telling you.
The government is going back on its own.
Some senior police officers have secured contract extension. So
the government is going back on its word.
Its word. So you are journalists. Me, I've said it. You can cross-check it. Emmanuel Coutinho and his mouth. But the country needs to know. You see, we need to hold our leaders accountable. This morning when I was coming, I heard the ban on public land sales have been lifted.
That's right.
I said, wow, so soon. Ora, we have not gotten to the bottom of Ora.
We have not retrieved the lands.
We have not retrieved the lands, yet it's been lifted. What is going on, Johnny? So you are journalists, it's with you. So let me say that Yewunu will go down in history as the only IGP who superintended over a by-elections without any form of violence.
Right. So
Akwatia has sort of become a turning point for the nation in terms of by-elections and, So what are the lessons, Johnny? Very, 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 very key. NDC have proven that indeed they won that seat in 2024, even though the dynamics are not the same. Do you understand? So that's why when you interviewed me, I said it was not about supremacy.
Right.
It was about the movement of what? Truth. But MPP, on the other side, must go back to the drawing board. Akwatia should be a signal to MPP that probably they didn't do well in their 8 years in government as far as development projects in Akwatia is concerned. Because just 8 months after leaving elections, coupled to the fact that the sitting MP was an MPP, we were talking about sympathy votes, and if you look at all indications, it didn't surface at all. It was about development and the well-being of the people.
If you look at the conduct of the security yesterday at Akwatia, and the fact that we know that Akwatia is supposed to be a flashpoint, would you say that the security did well? They ticked all the boxes?
You see, when you have your boss on the ground, who are you to misbehave? So if the IGP himself was there, going polling station to polling station, it means that there was zero tolerance for misbehavior on any part of the personnel. So if you realize yesterday, there were some sort of professionalism on the part of our security personnel. And you realize they brought in the military, but they never used them. The military was a standby force in case.
Right.
And in security, these things happen. It's always better to preempt them with than it happens and you are calling and those kind of things. So to me, professional-wise, I think the police did their job well.
Bishop Matthias, good morning to you. He's doing the listening. He's on the way to South Pond. Bishop Alote's funeral mass is happening. My Lord, Kabiesi, take heart. Now, let's look at, I know Dr. Hamilton has joined us. We'll go into that conversation with Dr. Hamilton a bit, but Kutin, I know you have to also go somewhere. I want to wrap up with you. What lessons clearly can we draw from this in terms of the security conversation going into Tamale Central? And some have said that now new job in South because Otribefi said he will relinquish his seat if the MPP lost the elections. Now the MPP has lost the elections, but he has come to apologize. But what lessons can we draw from what happened yesterday in Akwatia for Tamale Central, that is in the offing, and other elections?
You see, every election and its own dynamics and the way you structure security around it. The dynamics in Akwatia cannot be the same as that of Tamale. Tamale is a home game, let me put it that way. It's a seat the NDC have dominated. It was only once the MPP won it, the former Northern Regional Minister, who is late.
Right.
And if you look at the dynamics, it's kind of clan base because he was coming from the Andani side.
That's right.
But except that he was an MPP member. My disappointment is MPP pulling away from that election.
Why?
Because you see, if you want to rebuild, you partake in every election not to win, but to gather data and plan for the future.
Right.
Yeah, you understand. So,
but why would you make such an investment if you know you're going to lose anyway?
Well, politics is very expensive, and I always say this, Johnny. If you look at John Mahama after losing 2016 elections, they never focus on government. They focus on the party and rebuild, and they came stronger. Look at the structures of the NDC. So I think MPP need to bite the bullet, call a spade a spade. Forget about the press conferences they've come to be known for, and leadership must know that MPP is a big institution. It's not about individuality. And I make special reference to Afenyo Makin, who have made it a point to always bring himself at the expense of the party to say that, look, let's forget about the government now. Look inward and rebuild. If the MPP doesn't look inward and rebuild, I don't think it will even augur well for our democracy. Johnny, you know that if we give the leeway to NDC to exercise their super majority the way they want it, me and you will not benefit. You understand? So we need a very strong, structured, and very strategic opposition party. In every elections, you need three things: your resources, strategy, and message. You understand? So that is why internally MPP should have participated. At least the resources both parties they have. They are big political parties. But in terms of the strategy, you know that you have to test your strategy to see if it works or it doesn't work. You understand? And your messaging. What led MPP down in Akwatia was the strategy and messaging. As for resources, it was there. And one thing Akwatia election also taught us was that there was no vote buying, like we saw in other by-election, especially the recent one we had with Mr. Kwasin Cheche. You understand? That's enough. So we are moving forward. At least it's not the ideal situation, but the improvement is there. So internally, I don't think we even need about 2,000 or 1,000 police personnel internally to monitor
because
the
one-horse race.
It's a one-horse race. And my challenge with MPP again is that there are 12 aspirants from the NDC who are contesting these internal elections. It could happen that the people's favorite may not be chosen. You know how politics are done with godfathers and those kind of things. And you could put your person there, and the person could benefit from certain kind of votes.
Saying the MPP jumps the gun by saying that they won't.
Honestly,
whether they did do that, were they hoping that the NDC would also say we will not participate in Akwatia?
I think that was the expectation. But politics is not a moral game. No. Politics is not a moral game. So the resources in terms of the security expenditure in Akwatia, I don't believe we can even spend 30% in Tamale. Not at all.
I thank you very much, Emmanuel Kotin. He's a security expert. He has to take leave of us, but we've been joined in studio by Dr. Samia. He's a presidential staffer. He's an aide to the man in charge of communications. Also, Dr. Hamilton is a member of the Movement for Change. When we return from this break, we'll have that conversation. We'll dissect Akwatia, and we will see how the NDC in opposition bounced back, rebranded, and now they seem to be on a winning spree. Nobody can stop them. We'll return after this break.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank accounts too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number, or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Mumu or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana cedi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Always busy on the go. Tap the app, you're good to go. Big dreams, little time. There's a boat for you to ride. Every single time, yeah. Morning rush to the late night ride. Work to home and get to gig. Smooth and easy ride and ride. Safety toolkit by your side. Use code Keep Moving 50 for 50% off your first 3 rides. Download the boat app now.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
1 ticket can turn 1 cedi into 500 times more. That's smart we love. Or your community go win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Greetings in the name of His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, Rastafari.
It has always been a journey of Pan-Africanism and consciousness. It is your regular taxi driver with the urban blend and 3FM 92.7 in living stereo every day, Monday to Friday from 12:30 p.m. till 3 p.m. This is the show everybody listens to, so your business will certainly do well here. My name, Black Rasta. I am the rootical, hairtical, Don Gargan, Mua Fire.
Come forward. Atinga ya chika fankare, Azure ya chika fankare, Abama ta chika fankare.
3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
Accra, Ghana, Africa, and worldwide. Join us on Inspirational Gospel Mix this and every Sunday. 3FM.
What is your favorite scripture?
Well, my favorite scripture is Romans 8:28, and it says, all things work together for the good to them that love the Lord. Kwame, that is absolutely my favorite scripture.
Yes, your Inspirational Gospel Mix. A moment to get inspired with the best of inspirational songs and interviews to get you prepared for the new week. Every Sunday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. with me, your big brother, Kwame Adu, mixing G, mixing gospel. You can't miss it. You are blessed as you listen. 3FM 92.7.
Your finest tunes in sync with a soothing voice. 3 Lounge with AJ.
Are you tired of the same old routine? Need a break from the stress and chaos of everyday life? Well, step into the 3 Lounge, your world of absolute relaxation and great music with yours truly, AJ Akwatia Sapon. Welcome to the best mid-morning show in the capital and beyond. This is 3 Lounge, yours truly, your radio princess, AJ Akwatia Sapon.
Love it. I love it. It's great.
Kickstart your week with Monday motivation, shake off the Tuesday blues, and get ready for midweek mania. Take a trip down memory lane on Throwback Thursday and wrap up the week with Funky Friday with myself and Helen Appiah Ampufo. Plus, enjoy exciting celebrity interviews, insightful conversation, engaging discussions on topics that matter, and there's a boatload of fun and easy activations that reward and appreciate you, our loyal listener.
If you are listening, we're manifesting money into your pocket this morning.
Don't miss out on the excitement. Tune in to 3 Lounge every weekday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. with AJ Akwatia Sapon only on 3FM 92.7.
It's my number one.
92.7 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
The best in the morning is on 92.7. Sunrise on 3FM. Sunrise on 3FM. The best in the morning.
Security services, political party leaders here present, the media, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. By the grace of God, we are done collating the parliamentary results of Akwatia constituency by election. Here are the vote cast. Solomon Asumedu had 15,235 votes. Bernard Bediakun Bedu of NDC had 18,199. Ousu Patrick LPG had 82 votes. I repeat, Asumedu Solomon, NPP, had 15,235. Bernard Bediakubedu, NDC, had 18,199. Ousu Patrick, LPG, had 82 votes. Total valid votes, 33,516. Total rejected ballots, 303. Total vote casts, 33,819. With the figures mentioned so far, Director, with your permission, please let them in. I, Eric Osu Jemfi, the returning officer of Akwatia constituency, declare Bernard Bediaku Bedu as the parliamentary candidate elect. MP elect for Akwatia constituency. Thank you very much.
Last namesake.
That was yesterday when the die was cast, the deed was done. The NDC's Beidou BBB emerged victorious over the NPP's Asumedu. A contest that was fought and won, a contest of ideas. People in Akwatia, 119 polling stations, they decided that they wanted Beidou. Dr. Samia is joining me as a presidential staffer. He's also a senior aide to the man in charge of communications, and Dr. Hamilton is a member of the Movement for Change. Gentlemen, good morning. Thank you for your time.
Good morning.
And congrats to you, Doc, and your team.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
How does it feel to know that you went into somebody's backyard, that's the NPP's backyard in the Eastern region, and got a seat that hitherto was held by the NPP? How does it feel?
Oh, I think for me, it feels good. But let me first of all say good morning to our listeners, my co-panelists, and your good self. I didn't expect anything different from the results that emerged yesterday, because they say that coming events cast their shadows.
Right.
The results of the Akwatia by-election is tied into the results of the 2028 election.
I don't understand.
Because the people of Akwatia, we had the interviews, we heard what the constituents were saying, and they appreciate how far the NDC government has governed in the last 8 years. And they know that the parliamentary seat in Akwatia is an appendage, or is only an extension of the government of President John Dramani Mahama. And so, if you like the government of President John Dramani Mahama, you must like his candidate, because he represents the vision of the president. And so, when you watch the interviews, you listen to what they were saying. They were happy about the NDC government. People were saying that they are happy about how fuel prices have gone down. They are happy about the relative stability in the economy, our exchange rate, the daily decline in the prices of goods and services, which has increased their purchasing power, and their quality of life. On any day, just like people have always said, elections are a referendum on the incumbent. If the people feel that the incumbent is doing extremely well, there is no basis for them to go and look at the opposition. And that is what it is. You see, I knew that the NDC was going to win. Even Eskumi, who has that personality, who we all love,
right?
Whom you can say that even NDC members like him, they love him. He even struggled to win in 2024.
Right.
To a point where there were some court cases and what have you. But people did not believe that he actually won legitimately.
Right.
He struggled. And so there was no way this particular candidate of the MPP would have won the election. You understand the point I'm making? So for me, the victory in Akwatia is only symbolic of the impression the people have about the NDC regime. And I want to use this platform to commend the IGP and the security agencies for their professionalism, for their strategy, for their eagle eye to make sure. So what happened years back in places like Ayawaso, West Wogon and what have you will not repeat itself in Akwatia. And indeed, the evidence shown that the IGP's men were up to the task. They were ready, they were strategic and intelligent. They had the necessary emotional intelligence to hold the grounds to maintain law and order. Of course, there were some personal issues between two executives of the NDC.
Right.
It is completely different from what happened in the previous years. You know, in the previous years, party hoodlums and brigands were giving state resources, state accoutrements to visit mayhem on people. That did not happen in Akwatia by election. That did not happen in Ablekumanov. And so, under this government, there is relative peace in all the elections that have happened in the last 8 months under the NDC regime. But you see, what, Johnny?
Yeah.
I want to put it on record on your platform that as of today, even if NDC contests Bantama, NDC may win.
Are you not overstretching this?
No. You see, the NDC brand has become extremely attractive to young people.
And why is that?
Because we understand the plight of young. You see, 62% of the Ghanaian population is youth. The youth have major or about three main issues that are confronting. Number one is the issue of jobs.
That's right.
Number two has to deal with bridging the educational, I think, inequality. And finally, basically has to do with their pockets. So when you are a government and you put in place measures that deal with these issues, you become endeared towards young people. Since the NDC government came, you have seen the efforts you are putting in place as far as jobs are concerned.
Right.
We have launched 1 million codes program.
Sunrise
over 200,000 young people have subscribed to it. The Jumeirah program, the National Apprenticeship program, and what have you. I can go on and on and on and on. These are what the young people want to hear. You understand the point I'm making? And the government of President John Dramani Mahama is actually towing the line of what the young people need. And so, a government like that, when it goes for any election anywhere in this country, they stand tall.
See, hold your horses. Let me connect with Eric Marinak Beta, who's still on the grounds in Akwatia, and his eyes and ears on the ground. Eric, good morning. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, Johnny.
And kudos for the yeoman's job.
As always, for God and country.
What can you share this morning in terms of jubilation and the aftermath? How are the people of Akwatia and reacting?
Well, it's rather quiet morning. A lot of the NDC folks are still up and about, pretty much excited, obviously, because they emerged victorious yesterday in that by-election. Their candidate was declared the MP elected. Now they know he's going into Parliament. For a lot of them, this is vindication in terms of the work that they've put in up until this point up until this point in terms of the campaigns that they were on and the work that they put in from being here 2+ weeks ahead of the by-election, speaking to constituents, engaging them, and promising to deliver on a mandate when given the opportunity. They believe this is testament of that work that's been done, hence a vindication of their efforts and all of their actions. And so they are quite jubilant, quite ecstatic. We've just been to the the constituency party office here, where still lots of people have gathered. The chairman of the party, National Chairman Johnson Akwatia, as well as just a few meters away, where he is on a radio tour this morning, thanking all of the people of Akwatia for delivering victory to them. And so that's what he's on. And they are gathered as well, waiting for him to come out, and then they can, celebrate him a bit more, because he has well been here for a week plus. But that's essentially what it's been like. A lot of celebration on their part. They are not shying away from the party colors as well, making it all very visible. The fact that they are the winning party and they are the party in government, and they continue to talk a lot of success, Johnny.
Now, the town folks, and yesterday I couldn't help but listen to some of the town folks suggest to you that if they are not induced financially, they will not be voting. You look at the register that you had and the voter turnout. What can you share with us?
Well, that unfortunately has become quite prevalent in elections as monitored, particularly when there's a need to go for by-elections. The citizenry have become conscious of the fact that the politician will pay if we hold out a bit more. And so more often than not, instead of going out early and voting, they hold out, waiting for the deadline, which is the 5 p.m. closing of polls, to begin to inch ever so closer. Then they use that as bait to lure the politicians in and make very simple demands of, you have to give me something for me to vote for you, or something we saw across the divide, if we're being very honest this morning, where when polls was getting to a close, it was crunch time and people needed to cross the line, and that became a part of the conversations here. I saw people take as little as 50 cedis in their hands and then go on to proceed to vote as well. And so that's what it was. And unfortunately, again, like I said, it's looking the more and more like that's becoming a part of the politics. Johnny, we're just witnessing the chairman of the NDC come out just briefly. We'll just try and see if we can get a few words from him.
That will be great.
As well as he makes his way downstairs in the company of the party security and a host of other executives of the party. But let's try. Hopefully, we can get. If we can get a few words from you he shied away, Johnny, from saying the comments because of a lot of the support base as well, which was here, preventing us from being able to get clean access to him and then get a few words out of him. But that's what the place looks like, and a lot of them are so far in very jubilant mood following that victory yesterday.
Have you spotted the NPP's Sumadu around the perimeter somewhere?
No, we haven't seen any of the NPP supporters around. I've spoken to a few of them who say they didn't win, and so life just goes on. But in terms of openly being present and outside, there's been nothing like that.
Yesterday, are you able to confirm for me if indeed the collation center was abandoned by the MPP functionaries?
As has become the tradition and the culture with by-elections, the victors are the ones more often than not present at the collation center. They come because they know that they have won, and the losers don't come around so that the victors can gloat. And so it was Michael Ochubefi who was there at the time, but he quickly left as well when the realization hit that they had not won, and he made his way out of the place.
Mawena, thank you very much indeed for your time, and together with the team, Philip Katriku and the rest of the team, congrats to you.
As always, Charlie.
Great.
As always.
That's Eric Mawena, better eyes and ears on the ground. Doc, wrap up for me.
Yes, so like I was...
This the morning after.
Yes.
This is what we have.
Yes. So, I mean, like I was saying, people consider the efforts of the government in taking a decision as far as elections are concerned. And you and I will agree that the government of President John Dramani Mahama is doing extremely well as far as ensuring that the promises that he made to the people of Ghana have been delivered. And people will compare and contrast their quality of life in the previous government and their quality of life now. And so when I tell you that any election that the NDC will go in this country, the NDC stands tall.
I see. Doc, let me bring you into the conversation. What did you see yesterday and what do you see now?
Thank you. Good morning to my brother Sam, your very self, and your cherished listeners. I have always maintained my view that elections is based on ideas. We vote for people, or we elect people into offices because we believe that they can represent us and represent us well. And so going into any elections, you have to weigh the candidates, their competence, what they can do, what they've been able to do, to some extent, their level of education, because in Parliament, you are going to read books and enact laws.
That's right.
So you need someone who at least have that kind of leverage, who will be able to represent the people very well. We're here in Ghana that we realize, and a lot was said about some parliamentarians that when they get to Parliament for 8 years, they've not been able to say a word, forgetting that Parliament is an institution where you need to go and learn, relearn, and then relearn again.
That's right.
And so if you are not up to that level, it becomes a very bit difficult for you to communicate. And then your relevance is also noted during at the committee levels, because that is where your competence will be sought for. For instance, if someone is voted into office and does not have that prerequisite educational requirement, and then you nominate the person to go and serve on the committee of let's say education or interior, how the person perform. So education is key, and so electing candidates to vie for positions as MPs, we have to look into that as well. That is why.
But the constitutional provision doesn't mention anything like educational qualification. It mentioned age and says you must be tested for sound mind. That's all.
From 18 years. But you see,
no criminal record, must be a registered voter. Finish.
Currently, since 1992, you realize that Parliament, our mode of communication has been the English language. It just recently, I think this Parliament, the ninth Parliament, that some of the members used our local languages, right? It is high time we have to go beyond that, because now there are gadgets that can translate our local language into the English language, so that we can all be able to have a good representations. Because there are some people, mind you, in our constituencies, they have good will of that constituency, but because of educational background, they are limited and they cannot vie for that positions. And most political parties, these major political parties we have come to meet or the duopoly will only fill the candidate that they think that can speak for them. I heard someone saying that if you have money and you cannot speak, of what relevance is it? You understand? So we need to balance it and make sure we are able to give a good representation to our people. And now, the Akwatia elections, the by-elections, what I was looking for is a violence-free election. But there were pockets of violence that erupted. In fact, when I saw the video myself, I watched it.
Which video are you talking about?
I'm talking about referring to the Chairman Azoka and Chairman Masawood. In fact, on Monday night, I wanted to call Chairman Masawood that if he's in Akwatia, then he should leave the place. Because
why should he leave?
Because I saw this thing being meted out to him. I saw it and I tried reaching out to him. I couldn't get through. So yesterday when I went to one of your sister stations, during the break time, I was sharing this with the host. By the time we were signing off, he said, "No, gentlemen, sit down. There is a breaking news." I said, what is it? Then he showed us and made comments about it. And then the other person sitting by him said, "Hey, so actually the prophecy has been fulfilled right here in our eyes." What I'm trying to say is that violence related to elections should be a thing of the past. War cried foul when the Ablikuma issue came up. We spoke against it, that moving forward, it should not be so. But we've seen it, and I watched the video several times. I was like, the gentleman that slapped Chairman Masawood didn't do the right thing. It was uncalled for. At any point in time, the man was having an issue with your boss. If I'm having an issue with you, and I have my boy standing by me, he doesn't have that right to jump into the conversation. Probably we may have our own issues. So he jumping in on board, I believe that it was uncalled for and it should be condemned. Moving forward, we don't want such things to happen. Touching on security, my issue with the security is that on Sunday we heard that all the barriers posts that have been created were deserted. I know when you talk about security issue, deserting the post is a serious issue. For 1 hour security relay, it's something that should not be accepted on the part of the IGP and his team. This is a man that we all know that when it comes to picking of intelligence and all sort of a man who has risen through the ranks of the police service to come to that level. So the boys or the men deserting the post, what was it for? If it is really true that they deserted the post, then those men that were deployed to man the post should be called for questioning. 5,500 men for Akwatia by-election tells us that place actually is not a zone that is of peace when it comes to elections. It is a flashpoint, as we have been always talking about.
Okay.
So a proper security measures should have been put in place. And my brother attests to
But yesterday you saw the result. I mean, you're looking at the result of the strategy. Nothing until what happened. So what really are you driving at?
What I'm trying to say is that, yes, we've had a peaceful election, but this incident shouldn't have happened.
Okay. Now, tell me
because
quickly.
The police officers tried as much as possible to separate them, and it was becoming a bit difficult for them to do.
I see. You tell me quickly, do you get a sense that the MPP is losing a hold on the grassroots?
Exactly. Because you see, if you are a party or an institution and you don't really care for your people, the masses that are working for you, that are behind you, By the time you realize you are losing them, that is human nature. They will drift to where they are being accepted. I can't go where I am not accepted. If you accept me, if I'm coming to you, then it means that I know when I come, you will accept me. But any day, anytime you look down upon me, you only need my services, or you only call for me when you need my services. I become relevant to you when you are in need. Then that is a big problem. So we should learn to appreciate the effort of people who have been of help to us. You cannot just discard me when everything is well with you. Then when things begin taking a nosedive, then you start looking for me.
Should the MPP be reconsidering this top-bottom approach that they intend to embark on in January?
Now,
based on the recurring events of losing by-elections and the general election, for example?
They have already adopted the issues they discussed at their conference.
Right.
And they've adopted it. Once it is being adopted, it becomes a law. And you have to abide by it. It is too late for the party to go back and say that we have erred, so we want to go back and do it as we have been doing it.
We can have an extraordinary session to look at it.
No, that the National Executive Council of the party have decided, and they have that right. They have the mandate, and they've decided, and it is final.
I see.
There's nothing they're going to do about it. But I said that yesterday somewhere, that the Akwatia people were going to do the voting based on education and development, and I believe they have spoken, that the youths, the people of Akwatia, yes, they are seeing what the government is doing, and they think that they need someone whose party is in government. One of the things I was not happy about is that, looking at Honorable Collins Dowd's statement, a man who has been in Parliament for this number of years, I believe shouldn't have said what he said.
Okay.
That moving on, we should think about the development of our constituencies, not necessarily political parties.
I hear you. Doctor, closing thoughts on this, we'll jump into the Chief Justice's conversation. Do you get a sense that the NPP is losing a hold on the grassroots?
Of course. You see, we have had situation, and this is an internal NPP matter. Ordinarily, I shouldn't have commented on it, but we have a situation where when we're in the university, even MPP student wing, TESCOM, common national service, they couldn't get their places of their choice. We had a situation where after national service, they did not even get jobs to do. We have had situations where even some of their members themselves have come on social media to say that when the MPP was in power, if you need an opportunity, you have to pay for scholarships.
Really?
Yes. Under the MPP. For job opportunities, you have to pay. And so when you do that to your base, definitely your base will be whittled down. They will join other policies. And now NDC is very attractive to young people, regardless of your age, so long as you have the capacity to deliver in the portfolio that you have been given. The NDC will give you the opportunity. We have had CEOs who are at the age of 29 years, 30 years, 31 years, and they have exceptional qualities. You understand? Go to Boston. Young man, Afechi Awono, NPA, Lawyer Eduji Tamaklu, National Identification Authority, Yaya Kuku. I can go on and on and on. Gold Board, Lawyer Sami Jemfi. They are doing extremely well, but they are all young people.
Early days yet?
No, the point is that you say Agrobeso and Adwefianopa. Look at the strides they are making in only 8 months. You cannot tell me that they will not do well at the end of the 4 years. They will definitely do well. You understand the point I'm making? And so the NDC brand had become extremely attractive, endearing more young people to it as compared to the MPP that does not give opportunities to young people. You understand? So any election that the NDC will contest, we already have a foot as victory.
I hear you.
You only need to add the other foot. So for me, the Akwatia by-election, the results were expected. I'm not surprised. I was even expecting that we'll do about 58% because of the works that we have done and the message that we receive from the people.
Let's take a quick break. When we return from this break, we will get into the conversation about the removal of the Chief Justice per Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution.
When my boss died in the morning, he gave us the blueprint, 7:45, as how to win the Akwatia by-election. Then by midday, we were told he died. So we implemented it to the letter to make sure that we win this election and win it massively. Thank God the people listened to the good work of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. His performance as a president for the 8 months has inured to this kind of resource. Because the people saw that, yes, this is a better Ghana. The Aban Papa prices that we used to buy here, they were saying it. Bag of rice, 1,000 cedis. Now they are getting 600. Farm inputs, prices were so high. Now it has reduced. So they wanted to deliver a verdict as a confirmation of the performance of the government. So we are not surprised. And we said it, that we are going to win. They thought we were joking.
Many thought this would be fiercely contested. I mean, I was at Winchi. I've been based there for quite a while when I was here at Akwatia, and then I've moved to other areas. What was the strategy in terms of the campaigning? Because from what we're understanding, the difference could be in excess of 2,000 votes. You have the projections from your strong room. What could have done the magic for you in terms of turning some of their strongholds into yours?
I'm saying that. I told you people time and again, NPP doesn't have stronghold any time soon that we go into any election. They don't have strongholds. They don't have. 2024 revealed their secret that the perception that they have strongholds in some constituencies, that myth was broken in 2024. We flipped about 20 of such constituencies. Able Kumanov was one of them. When we went there for the 19 police, we told we were going to flip it, and we did same. So when we were coming here, I told you people, the media, that look, don't be saying Akwatia they have strongholds and strongholds. We have a strategy. We considered all the 119 polling stations as red zones, up for grabs. Depending upon the strategy you implement, you can flip it. Because the people are also rational human beings. They want development. What is the essence of voting for a party that will only give you press conference? I mean, that is what they are consigned themselves to. You vote for a party that will bring you development. And they saw that, yes, the party that can bring you that development is NDC. And you have a president who knows what he's about. He has shown enough to the good people of Ghana that, look, this is a president you can trust.
That was Tanko Rashid Computers, Deputy Director of Elections of the National Democratic Congress. Go on to the phone line now and speak with Dr. Jonathan Asante-Otri. He's a senior lecturer at the University of Cape Coast and a political analyst as well. Doc, good morning. Thank you very much indeed for speaking to us this morning.
Good morning, my brother. It's been a while. I thought I was going to see you in the studio yesterday, but
yesterday,
by the time I came.
Yesterday, while you were in the studio, I was in the newsroom doing some typing.
Oh.
Yes. Dr. Ian, Dr. Hamilton say good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Doc.
It's been a while.
Yes, it's been a while.
Yes.
Doc, let's begin from the aftermath of yesterday's election in Akwatia. Did you see the results that emerged coming?
Well, you see, let me say good morning once again to your good self and to your listeners. When the issue of Akwatia came, I had not done any kind of public analysis. But then it was that of the Ablekuma North. So I went to London and then I think I granted an interview to your good self, I think via Zoom, because then my number was not working. It was only the WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is the analysis that I did with Public North. And I said that as long as the police stations that would be used for the runoff had been expanded, the NDC was going to win. The reason or reasons were that the people of Public North are part of Ghana. And what they were witnessing was a reduction in fuel prices, leading to a reduction in transport fares. We were seeing reduction in, building materials. We're seeing reduction in the prices of electrical materials, furniture, electronic gadgets. Now, we had seen a reduction in inflation as well. And the point is that any government that is able to handle 4 important items within the economy, because these things affect every person within the country. Your inflation, interest rate, the CD to major currencies, and our debt to GDP. These are the 4 things. And if you don't get these indicators right, it will affect the economy, it will affect the citizenry, and you will lose any election. And I said a similar thing on TV yesterday. So if you look at the previous government, all these indicators were in the negative. See where the inflation was, see the CD to the dollar, see the debt to GDP ratio. When there's that debt to GDP ratio, when it is big, it means that there's no physical space for government to be able to undertake infrastructure development. If government is not able to do so, you will see that unemployment will be high. And that is why we saw an unemployment rate of 14.8% in the previous government regime. Today, it has come down to about 13 point something. But we still see, according to Ghana GSS, the youth still have high youth unemployment in certain areas of the economy. Fast forward. So I brought similar argument with Akwatia. And I had cause to disagree with Global Info Analytics' first data that they brought. I said that every human being is a rational being, whether educated or not.
You mean their baseline poll?
Yes,
right.
The baseline poll. The first one that he brought, you see, that one, the MPP guy was having, I think, 47 or 49.
No,
yeah.
it was actually 50. He had 50, and then the NDC guy had about 47. But then when he did the actual poll, it flipped. And then the NPP guy came to 44, and then the NDC guy maintained 47. Right.
So I had cause to, be a bit worried about that because my analysis indicated otherwise. So I was of the view that based upon the same argument I made with Abdulkumanov, it was simply going to happen. But I also argued that it could go either way. But if I look at these indicators coming from central government, which definitely will have to affect the local economy of the people of Akwatia, then they are going to respond in that positive manner. But it also boils down to, as long as you're talking of parliamentary election, it boils down to the individual characters, their demeanors, the profile that they are using, right? The acceptability that they are going to gain from the people, their human relation on the ground. These are minor or intangible, so to speak, that one way or the other could sway the election to this way or that way. And, when it comes to these local elections, people take certain things seriously. Things that at the national level, it may be peripheral to some of us. Others consider them as what? Important tangibles that they will use to elect this person or that person.
Right.
Now, you are talking about someone who has been a secretary of the constituency all this while. And so it means that the guy is a grassroots person, liaising with all manner of people and ensuring that the party became a household name.
But he also contested against somebody who has been a treasurer of the political party that was an opposition, that's the MPP.
Johnny, yesterday I also found out that the very job that Mr. Solomon was doing, mining, was a job that worked against him. in as much as he's into small-scale mining, he's a CEO of a certain company for that matter.
Right.
But maybe a propaganda or something. It was construed to mean Galamsey. And since many Ghanaians are against it, and some of the indigenous of the place have been against it, they said that, well, they cannot vote for somebody like that to come and destroy the future of their children.
In fact, on the ground, they called him Solo Gala.
So you see, all these things equally worked, against him. But apart from that, I think it is a reaction that was expected. Apart from that, I've also argued that, look, while the mother party at the national level is not well organized, they will not be in a position to project a coordinated campaign on the ground. Because you look at Asin North, though MPP lost, but because they were in government, they were also able to project a coordinated campaign for Charles Opoku, though they lost, because Mr. Jachi Kwesi was on the ground.
Right.
And the people loved him. And besides, at the general or national level, many were against the MPP. That is why I said that the real by-election then was not Kumeru. The real by-election was Asin North, because that was going to determine who wins the 2024 election. And once it went on to the side of the NDC, and he even had more votes than what he had in the 2020 elections, I told them that the MPP was likely to lose the national election.
Are you, by this extension, saying that the MPP leadership are not well organized and perhaps they should be changed?
You know my views on this. The same thing. You see, for example, look at it this way. When the late Dr. Omanebuama was alive, may his soul rest in perfect peace, you could see that he was every time one step ahead of the Electoral Commission. One step ahead. We did not see that in Evans Nimako. I don't know if that is the name.
That's the name, the MPP Director of Elections.
Yes, we did not see that.
Right.
It's as if they never saw anything wrong that the EC did. They were not able to interrogate the data, nothing. I mean, when you do this, you are not helping your party. Secondly, if you look at the top now, you are intending to conduct elections upside down, not from the bottom to the top.
Right.
So these very people that would have been on the ground campaigning for Mr. Solomon, hedging, keeping their money, waiting to project themselves for the presidential primaries. Right, for the presidential primaries that they intend to conduct come January next year.
Right.
So, Johnny, they were very much uncoordinated. We did not see any coordinated, campaign over there. Besides, information that got to some of us indicated that they only go to the constituency some few days back when they went to do this 1 week thing, try to win the sympathy of the people. And the Global Info Analytics made us understand that sympathy was just at the periphery. It was not going to work. So, you see, a very uncoordinated campaign was waged. They appear so not organized. And I don't see why they will want to maintain those at the national level. They will have to chart a new path, because other than that, they need a new rebranding. That new rebranding must bring into awakening people who are really ready and will not be biased. Because what they even intend to do, this impending election that they even intend to do, will rather split the party the more. Because once that if it should be Dr. Mamada will win, then definitely they are going to prevent anybody who supported Ken Bana Champion, Dr. Dutum and Co. Those people who supported it, if they are contesting for any position, they will make sure they don't win.
I see.
And when you do that, you are sidelining, you are alienating a particular part of the party members. That will weaken the state.
I know that Dr. Baumia, former Vice President of the Republic, now a statesman, and if you will, as some say, the presumptive leader of the NPP going into the 2028 elections, was there in Akwatia himself, and he did some campaigning for the party. Did that not add any weight to the campaign such that it had to convince the electorates to vote for the NPP, for example?
Donny, what happened? If we are to go by this, I think that the delegate should have a rethink if it is Dr. Bawumia that they intend to bring. I think the man has become a bit stale. The strategy that he adopts in terms of his pronouncement, they are not yielding results. To the extent that he even had to goof, at the 1 week ceremony for the late Kumi. It was a serious gaffe on his part. But that being said, I mean, it means that it did not have any kind of impact. Look, this man, the Diakuman, has been able to neutralize the 2,000, a little over 2,000 that the late Kumi had, and had added, I'm just assuming that to be some constant figure, and had added a little over 3,000. So in actual fact, if we are to do real calculation, it means that he beat Mr. Solomon a little over 5,000 votes. He beat Solomon with a little over 5,000 votes. If we are to add the 2,000 that Mr. Kumi had. Now, if that is not the case, then it means that what the General Secretary of NDC said could be a truism.
I see.
That the Akwatia by-election was now going to indicate whether indeed the late Kumi won the election.
I see.
Well, we can interrogate it from different perspectives, but he appears vindicated. He appears vindicated. No wonder the matter was in court and it had not been dealt with. Unfortunately, he did not live to see the light of day. And then this unfortunate thing happened to him. But the General Secretary of the NDC, Mr. Fifi Kwete, appears vindicated.
I hear you. Doc, we'll have to leave it here. Thank you very much indeed for your time. That's Dr. Jonathan Asante-Ottray. He's a senior lecturer at the University of Cape Coast. He's a political and policy analyst. We'll take a break. When we return from this break, we'll get into the removal of the Chief Justice, Her Ladyship, Tokonosaki, and matters arising. See you shortly after this.